Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone out there. Welcome once again this beautiful Tuesday evening to Real Talk Women. Yes, my name is Elvina Baby Ibru, and I am your hostess. And I will be every week, every Tuesday, same show. First of all, let me apologize. I have been absent for the past 2 weeks. 1,000 apologies. It's a hectic life, I'm afraid, and I am so sorry I have not been on the show. But I promise you, I'm here today. Today is a very hot topic, and I will try my possible best to be with you every single week. But even if I'm not, it's okay because I have great co hosts. Ironically, my co hosts might not be able to make it today. This is life, especially here. Lagos is crazy. But anyway, if they come on, great. They might come on a bit later, but I'm not promising. I'm, of course, talking about my cohorts, Barrister Juliet and the wonderful Reverend Annie. So let's see if they can join us later. But if not, apologies in advance. So, welcome to Real Talk Women. In case you haven't watched the show before, this show, yes, as you've probably guessed from the title, is all about women's issues. But we're not going to be flowery about it. This is real talk. We're not going to shy away from issues that people are scared to talk about or they feel it's taboo. We are going to be talking real talk on this show. Now, I do have one other host who is the only man in the house, Mr. Mac Godwin. Would you like to join us? Where are you?
Yes, yes. Hi,
Hello,
Elvina.
Mac.
We missed
Hi,
you.
how you doing?
I'm good.
I missed you guys too. How you doing?
I'm well. I'm well. Thank you very much.
You look good. I like your sweater.
Yes, it's still cold out here. We don't know
Yeah.
what happened. We don't know what happened to the weather in Europe this time. April should be spring, a little bit warm, but we still have
Mm-hmm.
still. In fact, some places in
It's
Europe
still
are
very chilly.
yes,
Well,
yes.
the world, the ecosystem, we're destroying our world, so it's our
Mm,
fault. But
mm.
anyway, good to see you. Good to see you. And welcome to the show. In case you've not watched the show before, this is Mr. Mac Godwin. He is the
Yes.
only man in the house, and he is actually the creator of the show. Ironic, isn't it? It's all about women, and it's a man that created the show. We women should be doing these things for ourselves as
That's true.
well. So, welcome, welcome,
Thank
welcome to Real Talk
Yeah.
Women.
Yeah.
Now, today is a very hot topic. It's not for the
Mm,
faint of heart.
mm, mm,
Today, we're going to be talking about why there are a lot of women that are married, but yet are lesbians. Or
mm.
should we say bisexuals? Because they're sleeping with their husbands and they also have girlfriends that they're sleeping with. So, bisexuality, lesbianism in marriage. Why? Why is that? Is it due to pressure? Is it due to society? Is it due to the fact that a lot of people are homophobic? Why would I get married if I know I prefer to be with women? That is the topic for today. I actually wish we had a situation where people could call in. This will be happening in the future.
Yes, that's
But for today, unfortunately, that's not the case. So, Mark, and me
yes.
and you today, so far. What you go do if you reach house, you see your wife for bed with another woman? Bakam.
Hmm. Alvina, this is real talk, and this is real talk. You know, these are very very important issues that is happening. Interestingly, it's
Mm,
happening still. It's happening in many homes. It's happening in many countries, many regions, but it's kind of boxed to one corner, and
mm,
it's good you're bringing this up. It's a serious
okay.
one. Yes, for a man coming home to see my wife, ah, First of all, um, it's it's a surprise, you know. Mostly if I probably don't know about this before. Do you understand? You're like,
Mm.
what is this? I mean, you'll be
Let's let's assume it's a lady that is supposedly her best friend,
mm,
and in fact, the last holiday they went on, she said, "Oh, honey, since you cannot come, can I take Betty with me?" And you were the one that paid for the ticket and everything, not knowing that her best friend is actually her lover. What would you do? What would you do?
well, um, take note that we're talking of marriage now. This is in a married home, correct? So decisions should be very, very. I mean, we don't do rash things, but like that, like most people do. For me and some men, not all men anyway, some percentage of male gender. The
Hmm.
first thing is to calm down and understand what you just saw.
Okay.
Yes. What is happening here? Are you joking or is it real? So we're not going to assume. Assumption is not the thing now. It's to know what is happening. So first of all, ask your wife, what is happening here? Is this real? You know, and if she says what you just said, um, I'm a lesbian, but I'm married to you, then
Hmm.
we could begin to go deep into more questions. And those questions will include,
Okay.
yes, those
Go on.
questions,
Go ahead.
yeah, those questions could include, then why did you marry me if you're this? If you're a
Mhm.
lesbian, why did you decide to marry a man? I mean, why didn't you take that step from onset, from the initial? And
Yeah.
yes, and you want to begin to ask more questions. Why did you marry me?
Yeah.
Why did
That's
you
that. Yeah, exactly. Because that's exactly the topic. It's not so much, oh, that the woman is a lesbian. Why did she get married if she
very
was a lesbian? That's the key. That's the
talk?
key issue here. Um, I get approached by a lot of women. A lot.
Mm, mm,
A lot. I get approached. There was one time when one woman was chasing me, as in like she chased me past man, as in she chased me with flowers, with perfume, with chocolates, with wanting to take me to Dubai. This is why I talked about Dubai, because she was married to a very rich gentleman,
mhm.
right? They had 4 children. Four. One, two, three, four. Four. She born four pikin. And she was totally mesmerized by me. Totally. And I am a very I'm a very open-minded
Person.
person. I don't judge people. And she was a nice girl, so she was my friend. But of course, whenever she made advances, I would say, "Come, my dear, I will run away from you finally. Or even the friend that you are looking for, you will not have again because don't come to me with what I'm not interested in." Sure, you get.
Mhm.
She told her husband one time when she was supposed to, she used to sell things. So she used to go to Dubai to do shopping and all the rest of it. So one time she was supposed to go on a business trip to Dubai and she told her husband that, "Oh, please, can Elvina come with me?" Imagine, even before she asked me, or before she suggested it to me. So the man was like, "Oh yes, that would be wonderful. She'll keep you company. You won't be alone. No problem. I'll buy her ticket first class." Not knowing that the girl was toasting me. She wanted, and when I say girl, I mean girl. Oh, I don't mean she was a girl, as in 30 something. Not even a woman that is my
Eh,
age, you know. So what would propel this girl to do this? And I asked her, I said, "Come, you like women. Why did you get married?"
mhm.
She said she literally got married less than a year after she left university. and that she was under a lot of pressure from her parents. So she said to herself, not be to sleep, man. I will just close my eyes and open my legs. But at the end of the day, she doesn't derive any pleasure whatsoever in having sex with her husband. So she always has a girlfriend somewhere or the other. And the husband looks after her. Like I said, he's very wealthy. So she gets away with it a lot because she can afford to go to hotels, she can afford to buy gifts, she can afford to toast girls. You know what I mean? So she gets away with it. So that's one issue, pressure. And you must get married. You must get married. You must get married.
Hmm.
I don't know what it is. Maybe you can say from an Italian, because you live in Italy. Do
Yes,
women get that kind of pressure out there as well? Italians are very much like Nigerians, I hear. Is
that's
it
correct.
true?
That's true. That's well, but
I know they're very religious as well.
yes, but I won't want it to look like a country thing, one country to the other. I think it's a universal thing, and
Okay.
yes, I was enjoying your story because I think this is real story you're telling us, not
Mhm.
Nollywood movie. Is that
True,
true?
they live in Festac. Big house in Festac.
Or you don't mind that you're putting out like this?
No,
It does.
how will we know? Do you know how many people live in Festac? There are millions of people in Festac. Nobody's ever going to know who I'm talking about.
Okay. Anyway, it's serious. So we come back to the question: why did you get married? Because you just said hers was pressure,
Okay,
pressure.
one is pressure.
Yes.
Pressure
Um,
from family. Yeah.
family. Yes, and there's some other people might say to look like the normal woman. A normal woman will be married to a man and have a family.
It is that normality as defined by society generally.
Mm, that's a good one. Normality as defined by society. But let's come to something now. Very important. Um, yes, we know this is happening, but to an extent also, it shouldn't be. What do you think? Because I mean, you can see how the man is and see how the woman is. So they complement each other. Well, in science, for example, you have magnets, and they say two like-mind magnets can attract each other. It has to be the negative and the positive. Boom. You know.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
and most things in life, most phenomenon, most aspect and things about life is like that. You can have two things in the same, two of a kind in the same pair. It's like talking of men too. I mean, but we have a lot of them also, gay men. But if you look at it, looking at it normally, it doesn't. I mean, two men, two penises, so it doesn't fit in. So it's the normal pairing is the man and the woman. This makes sense so much. I don't know. What do you say about that, Elvina? It makes sense. I mean, the man and the woman. That's how.
Well, it makes sense, but then I don't have any discrimination against which sexual partner you prefer. I'm not that kind of person. If for some reason now
Mhm.
my child should come and say, "Mommy, I'm gay," will I throw him away?
No, you won't throw.
I might not be happy. I might not be happy, not because I have anything against gay people, but because
Mhm.
my son, if my son is gay, then I'll go get my grandchildren. Or, in future, he might have issues with wanting a child, and then he'll want to bring a child into the world with another man, and that child might be affected. There are complications that come with it. But I
Exactly,
would
exactly.
not tell my son
Absolutely,
to get out because he's gay.
absolutely, absolutely.
Now, the only issue I have with being a lesbian and being married is deceit. Deceit. You're
Mm,
deceiving your partner.
mm.
You are deceiving your partner. Don't deceive your partner. As much as we complain that a man is cheating on us,
Mhm.
deceit is deceit. Deceit is very painful.
Mm, mm, mm.
So I have heard of marriages, not that I've heard, I've seen. I know people that are in open marriages
Open,
where
yeah.
the husband is actually a homosexual and the woman knows, but they
Okay,
have an arrangement, if you know what I mean, that
that's
it's
correct.
okay to
Yes.
please society, to please my parents, to please whoever, let's just do this thing. We'll marry, I go born for you. Everybody will think we're a normal couple. But
Normal couple.
meanwhile, the husband is homosexual or she's uh, a lesbian. Now,
Somebody's
don't,
giving you thumbs up on that.
yeah.
Somebody's thumb up
So,
on
I
that.
mean, for me, it's the deceit that is the big deal.
Okay.
It's not who you prefer sexually, it's the deceit,
This is this
you
is
know. So, let's not lose track of the actual, because of the actual point of the gist is
yeah.
why.
Why?
So we've covered one area, which
Okay.
is pressure. Oh, sorry,
Pressure,
two areas. So pressure from family,
pressure from
then being worried about what society thinks
things.
of you as a person. So
Mm.
why else would I get married if I'm a lesbian?
Okay.
Um, for me, if I was still this Elvina, but a lesbian, right? Why am I even using myself? I can't even use myself as an example because I'm strange anyway.
Okay.
I was gonna say, so let me not use myself as an example. Let me use a typical woman. Let's say a
Okay.
typical woman who is a lesbian. Why would she get married? Maybe because she wants kids.
Okay. Okay. Let
And
me let me say something to that. Sometime also some people realizes this sexual preference when they are already in the marriage.
oh, that is true. That's another
Yes.
good point.
Yes, they realize it when they're already in the marriage. Some never knew they had that preference, that choice, that preference. So
Mm,
they get married. They got married straight thinking, and like every other normal person. Now getting into the marriage, they now found out that hmm, it's not really what I thought it was, and
mm,
that
mm.
that thing could happen. You see, that's
Well,
turn around.
it might not even be so much that. It might even be that the girl did not experiment in her younger years. Because
Okay.
I don't know about men, but a lot
Mm-hmm.
of females in school, when they're in boarding school, like all these all girls schools and so on,
Yes.
most girls, a lot of girls, when they were teenagers, at some point kissed another girl.
It
When they were
happens
growing
very
up,
well.
they were coming into puberty, exploring their
Yeah,
sexuality and everything, especially in boarding schools. I mean,
that's
I
correct.
went to a boarding school, in an all girls boarding school in England. I know the amount of girls that were playing with each other. Sure, you understand. And some, they play at that age, then they realize that, oh no, I'm actually not a lesbian. This is not for me, because they then have a boyfriend and they now realize that, okay, now man then like. And then some play and they realize that they don't like boys because they then try and date boys and then they don't like it and then they realize that they're lesbians. Now, in the case of what you're saying, it might be that a girl never explored any other sexual side of her. Then
That's very
maybe by the time she got married, some woman seduced her somehow. Sure you get, and that
no.
was when
What
she
you're
now
saying
actually.
is real. Eh? There's a lady I
Mhm.
know. There's a lady I know in Western Europe, a part in Western Europe, and
Yeah,
this is what she said. She told me she has never had any experience through all her teenage age, and getting married was, a new thing, and she just got married, you know. And so what you're saying is not, I mean, you're hitting the punchline. Real,
yeah.
that's it. That's how it works,
I mean,
you know.
of course, you have other people. I mean, someone like me, a
Hmm.
woman not fit bring her bobby near me. Sure, you
Ah,
understand? She can't try me. I know I am not. I too like man. I too like man. The taller, the blacker, the stronger, the better. So there are people like me that I know. I've always known that nothing concern me with soft body. You
okay,
understand? But there are a
okay.
lot of people that actually have to go through like different, they have to discover, like a discovery, like a
Yes, hey,
self-discovery
that's
thing,
true.
you know? Well, on that note, Mark, time flies when you're having fun. I think we need to take a break now.
That's true.
We've been gisting for, without
I'm
even knowing, we've been gisting
I'm
for like
enjoying
about
it.
20.
Yes, I'm enjoying
So,
it. Thank you very
okay,
much.
for those of you watching out there, we're just going to take a quick break. Do not go anywhere. The topic this week is I am a lesbian, but I am married. Why? We'll be right back.
Schengen Story magazine is an African international bi-monthly magazine based in Milan, Italy, and founded in 2016. The publication focuses on personalities, fashion, style, entrepreneurship, and culture for Africans. Though articles on food, movies, fitness, music, travel, sports, technology, and books are also featured. Our lives full of best stories. A lot can happen in a month. Expand your mind, change your world. Get Schengen Story magazine's full editions. Celebrating Africans make an impact. Read better. The Inside Story. Your fashion magazine for a better lifestyle. Inspiring stories for you. Your monthly dose of entertainment. A better mind keeping you updated.
Hashtag Schengen Story Magazine. Get Schengen Story Magazine full editions.
Welcome to Ciliate Farms. In Ciliate Farms, we actually engage in growing live cat species at different sizes, from the fingerlings up to the size of maturity. Feel free to explore Ciliate Farms whenever you're in Abuja, as we are located in Kubwa and we sell at affordable prices. Thank you very much.
And we are back. Hello, hello, hello. In case you've just tuned in, my name is Elvina Baby Ibru, and I am the host for this show called Real Talk Women. Now, we started the show about 20 minutes ago or so. So, in case you've just tuned in, the topic for today is I am a lesbian, but I am married. Why? That is the topic for today. We have in the house Mr. Mark Godwin. Mark, we're back. Normally, we would also have Barrister Juliet and our wonderful Reverend Annie with us, but unfortunately, today is an extremely crazy day. And maybe it's because it's just after Easter, and unfortunately, they will not be able to join us today. But Mark is here. Hi, Mark. Welcome back.
Thank you, Alvina. And we have some pretty good views also following up about 61, 61 people listening to you.
Great, great,
Nice.
great.
Thank you.
Okay, so back to the topic. Why would I be a lesbian and yet get married and continue sleeping with women? Before the break, we covered a couple of areas that we thought might be the cause of this. Society, pressure of society, the pressure of family. And you said a really, really, really good one, that maybe a woman did not even realize she had those tendencies until after she got married. All great points, I think. I was going to talk about kids. I was going to say, unlike me, because I'm very unconventional, I always knew I wanted to have kids, but I never particularly wanted to get married. So when I was ready to born my pikin, I was dating a very nice person, and I said, oh, yeah, come and give me belly. I want to born now. But then, my head is not correct according to society. But there are some women that feel that if they want to bring children into the world, they need to be in a normal family environment and a proper support system where there's daddy, there's mommy, there are brothers, there are sisters. So what do you think? Do you think that could be a good reason?
Well, I know Africa is still getting to this, but in the West, it's already structured. You have lesbians married and bringing kids. It's all about the artificial insemination and all that. And we have men that are also, in fact, there's a website that caters to these things. There's a website that men could go in and advertise themselves for lesbian couples that wants kids, and they advertise their sperm, their semen, and all that. Yes, it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, it's all over the West. It's all over.
But you see, at the beginning, I asked you from the Italian perspective, and you said, "Oh, you think it's a world thing." So it isn't. It isn't really a world thing. I think there are a lot of things that Nigerian women feel that there is no way they'll be able to get away with. Whereas if they were in the Western world, they would. I mean, if you remember, I said to you earlier on that if Elisha came to me and said he was gay, what would I do? I wouldn't throw him away. The only thing is that I would be thinking about the future. Okay, when he wants to have a baby, is it that he will marry another man and then go and get a surrogate child? How will that affect the child? How will it affect him? It's more a societal thing, If he was in America or England, that wouldn't even be an issue.
Yes.
But in Nigeria here.
And they are also doing more to really accommodate them in the society.
Yeah.
Interestingly. Yes, they are doing more. The government is doing a lot all around the world to make sure they are accepted, they are well taken care of, they are not discriminated.
Yeah.
So
whereas in Nigeria now, we have their main problem right now is not that we don't have light or that diesel is 250 million naira per milliliter, or that there's no security, or that Boko Haram is carrying people. That's not their problem. Their problem now is that man is wearing woman dress and woman is wearing man dress, because they've now talked about putting out a law where they will imprison cross-dressers and so on and so forth.
Charlie boy
Call
will
me,
not allow that.
call,
Charlie boy,
call me,
my
call,
friend
call
Charlie,
me stupid.
my friend Charlie boy will not allow that because
Call,
that's coming to
call me.
his domain. Well,
So now as I'm wearing baseball cap and I'm wearing a t-shirt and jeans. They should come and carry me and put me in prison. Is that really what is important in this? Is that really what is important? Somebody's sexual preference rather than the real issues. But anyway, that's another whole topic. We can talk about that another day. But having said that, Nigerians are becoming very daring, and a lot of like I know a lesbian couple. They've been together for 10 years, and they've just adopted a baby. Two ladies. If you see the fine girl, if you see the beautiful child. So I don't know what the adoption process is like here, because I know that when I wanted to adopt, it was a very, very long, tedious, for the fact that I wasn't even married was already an issue. There's so many, it's a very long process. So I don't even know how they managed in this country as a lesbian couple to get the baby, but they have a beautiful baby girl that they're raising together now.
So, Alvina, let's not go off your topic. Your topic is very interesting because you
why? Why?
And people are, I guess, the people following you now are there because of that topic.
Yeah.
Let's say something again.
But we're still on the topic. We're still on the topic because I'm talking about them adopting a child. So we're talking about. Yes. Okay. We're talking about maybe one of the reasons is because they want to have children and they want them to grow up in a so-called normal environment.
Also, there is something that happens in most cases. Some people are pretenders. Now leave the societal preference or what society wants. Some people pretend. Some people are very good at pretending. They will want something, but they pretend they don't want it, And yeah, it happens. So somebody's doing this to us. So pretending is a factor. And in most cases, because people grow up with this mentality and they end up becoming pretenders. So the real self, their real thing, the real person they are, they suppress it, they hide it because they've been pretending all years, and trying to look like, So pretense is a factor too. I think so.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. And another form of pretense, because this is one form of pretense that you're talking about, like kind of suppressing who you really are.
Yes.
But there's a reason for that as well, because I don't think you would suppress yourself for no reason. You suppress yourself because of something or the other. But talking about pretense, it might just be that the man has a lot of money. It might be. Boom. Yes. It might be that the man is loaded. So you just tell yourself, you're going to have a good life, man. Just close your eye and do this thing. You can still be like the lady that I was telling you about. You can still be doing your thing outside. He will never find out. You can still be doing your thing outside. He will never find out. So marry him, enjoy the money, and just close your eyes and clench your teeth when it's time for sex. Just, it will soon be over. It will soon be over. And that's it. Why are you opening your mouth?
No, because I'm surprised that one can pretend to that extent, because that's a moment. That's a moment when you should enjoy at least some small thing in life.
Don't you know we women are Oscar winners? You don't know we're Academy Awards. What are you talking? Next week we'll talk about masturbation or faking orgasms, then you will know that we be Baba to pretend Baba.
This is it. Real talk. Real talk. Now
Real talk, oh.
you're
Real
giving me.
talk. No, nobody should be deceived, though. Should not be deceived. And no woman should deceive herself either. You can only deceive man, you cannot deceive God. so, so don't just bother to deceive yourself. So, pretending, you're right. It
Yes.
might be that I just want a good life.
You took this pretense to a very deep angle. I like that. Good life. So the person pretends all through, but at a point they can't take it again. The real thing will come
But
out.
it's even not even at the point that they can't take it again. They have a plan. They have a plan. Even before they marry, they know they are lesbians. They know they're lesbians. So even
Wow.
before they marry, they know that this is the plan. I will still have my girlfriend. She be my girlfriend, is my bestie. She was probably my bridesmaid. So my husband is looking at her as if she's my bestie, not knowing that she's my lover. It's a very easy scheme, a very easy script to write.
Evina, this is a good one. Listen, you don't know what you're doing. I mean, it's more than I thought. I didn't know this thing will come to this level. You're bringing it. I'm learning also, Now, and this has been playing on for years now, for many years.
From time immemorial, according to my mama. From time immemorial, from pre-Christianity to post-Christianity, it's been going on.
So
There's also something else. There are some husbands that derive pleasure from their wives being a lesbian. In fact, they enjoy watching it.
Yes, I was going to say that. When you asked the question to me as a man, I wanted to come to that, but I skipped that. Yes.
Okay, great. Yes, you answer that. You talk about that, like from a guy's perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some people will say, "Wow, if this is it," because it is in the nature of men to like variety. Men like variety. Men want to have red, yellow, blue color.
Well, women do too, but that's another topic for another day. Go on.
So some men could come into the room and see this thing and say, "Wow, beautiful." So let's play along, And
Now, why you not tell me things?
Yeah, no, I was going to say this. I'm sorry, I didn't say this, but now I'm saying it. So he looked at me like, "Wow, beautiful," Then probably ask the friend, "Do you like this to go on and
Continue.
on and on?" Yes, and if she says this, then we have. In fact, I know. I just forgot now. I remember now. I know of a couple that has this thing going on, but it's discreet. Somehow I got to know, and it's still going on. And also, in your celebrity world, Elvina, a lot of couples are in this relationship. Yes. The playing both ways is not in totality of the guy goes, sometimes it's the woman too. And it's all well taken.
Yeah.
Yes, it's accepted. They feel,
Yeah.
yes. So it's going on very well. And a guy could play into this and say, let's take it on,
At the envy of his friends.
Yeah, this is nice.
So another reason is just sexual preference.
That's it.
To a couple, you might have gotten married because your husband is very open-minded and he likes that kind of thing. I mean, there are a few men that would not like the idea of being in bed with more than one woman at the same time. But then if you want to go deeper, than that, I believe that there would be some men that would be genuinely hurt and astonished if they found out that their wife was a lesbian. Let me
Yes.
ask you a question, Mark. You being Mark, as Mark, the way you are,
Yes. Yes,
would
Elvina.
it be would it be
Ask
more
me.
painful? Would it be more painful for you to find your wife in bed with another woman or with another man?
Me being Mark, uh, another man cancel, but another woman, we could work it out. Could work it out. Yes, but no, the another man, no, we don't. That's we don't go there. I mean, I can be very very jealous of my woman, you know. So,
Mm.
but uh, another female friend, mm, let's sit down
So
and think
you're one of them, eh? You're one of them. That's
because
what it means. You're a
because
bad guy. You're one of them.
because it's in most men nature. It's a few men that probably won't, a few good men, but men generally like that, like we said, variety and explore. Men want to explore. A lot of men feel, this thing about having a lot of women, girlfriends, all this thing. It's about exploring. Men want to explore. They feel, I mean, these are beautiful creations. These are beautiful, so they want to test all of it. All of it. I have a
Mm.
friend that wants to test all races of all race, female gender race of the world. This is goal. Every,
Right.
you know. So this is it. And it's a reality. It's a thing that is happening, and we can't hide from it. We can't hide
Mm.
from
Yeah.
it. Thank you very much,
Well,
Elvina.
I, I was, I was about to say this is something that we can talk about, for
Yes,
hours.
yes,
But
yes,
unfortunately, we're running out of time. We have about 2 minutes left before we have
that's
to go.
yes.
And we're going to be back next week with another topic. But before
Thank
we go, quickly,
you.
some last words, Mark, about this topic. What would you say to people out there that are maybe
Yeah,
struggling with it?
with this. One thing is also seeking help. If you think you're not, I mean, life is too short to be locked up in something you probably don't want. So seek help
Mm,
and be be free. Let the
mm.
conscience and the mind and the soul and be free. This is all I can say.
Well, what I would have to say is that make yourself happy, but not to the detriment of others. I always say that.
Mm.
Try and be happy, but not to the detriment of others. So if you're lesbian, if you're gay, I don't have a problem with it, but be open with whoever you're going to spend the rest of your life with. And if it's not something that the person can cope with, then you need to move to the person who can. But don't
Hmm.
deceive anyone.
Nice.
So, on that note, we have to go. We'll see you next week by God's grace, 5 p.m.
That's correct. Thank you very much. Thank you.